Hello and welcome to our show today. We're so glad that you're here. And of course, we're glad we're here too. Our
Yes.
daily Reset for Success series is here to help all of us reset our lives so we can live a healthier, happier, more creative, and of course, prosperous life. Our co host today with me is Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe.
Hello.
And I'm Marian LaSalle, producer of live stream shows just like the one that we're on today. So if you know a business owner or an entrepreneur who wants their own show, you know
Yes.
what to do. Give me a call. And Lady Lou is producing shows of her own. She is doing custom interviews for authors, speakers, and people with a message to share. So feel free to contact us anytime. We'd be happy to talk to you about what we do for our living, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
love you.
Well, welcome today. Lady Lou, what are you up to on this Memorial Day?
Oh, well, I slept in, number one. I don't know why. And it's a beautiful day. It rained almost all afternoon and into the evening last night. So we've got lots of water out there. So we can't work outside. So I thought, I'm going to sleep in. And it's a beautiful day today. It's supposed to rain all week on and off. So we're happy about that. We're farmers. We love water. But other
Well,
than that, I'm just excited to be here for this work at home show. I was talking to my sister this weekend, and she's working for a big school district here in the Houston area. And she's one of the big wigs, if you call it that. She hires and fires bus drivers and custodians and all of that in the personnel office. It's a big, big, big job. And of course, she said she'd been off for 10 weeks. I didn't realize it'd been that long. Oh my gosh. And she hated it at first because she didn't like to be at home by herself all the day. She was used to having people around her all day. And then she'd come home and it was quiet, nobody around but her cats. And now it was totally different. Even her cats didn't know how to react because
I
she was
bet.
home all
They're like, she's
day.
still here? What's the deal?
Yeah. So, so last week, Monday, she had to go back. They called all the supervisors and the people in the personnel who were the above people, the bosses. So she had to go back. She has a private office, got windows, of course, so she looks out onto the area where all the secretaries and such are, and has a door so she can close it. So she goes back Monday, and there she is. Two people in the whole darned office, and it's a humongous office. And she's in her little office, and the other person's in their little office, and they don't communicate because it's 6 feet apart. So she goes to the bathroom down the hall. She wears her mask. She comes back, takes the mask off, and she's there at her little typewriter. All the phone calls are going to a central place.
So
They
what
don't.
you're telling me is that she really likes working at home now instead of at the
she,
office.
she hated it, and now she's beginning to see the value of it. And she says, I can do everything I'm doing up here at home, and I'm at high risk. She's 74 and still working. Can you believe this? She won't quit working. She loves it. And here she is with not heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, and she says, who knows what else? And I'm here. I'm not supposed to be anywhere. I'm supposed to be at home. And she's a little unhappy about it, but she's supposed to go back to work again tomorrow after the holiday. And I told her just to call them and tell them that you're not coming. They listen to you. But anyway, I think businesses in particular are going to start looking at this work at home thing a lot more serious than they used to.
What I've heard is a lot of the companies that resisted having people work from home because they were afraid that they weren't really working is that they're coming up with new software to make sure that you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. So as long as you're willing to have cameras on you and check in, and it's just a way for them to feel like they're getting their money's worth if you're
Sure.
working from home. Because let's face it, it's easy to hop in the other room and grab a cup of coffee and maybe watch your favorite TV show. so so I can see that there is some adjustments. This happened pretty quickly to us. We were we never dreamed in our wildest dreams that something like this would happen. So I think it's just going to take a while for the companies that resisted having their people work from home to, adjust to it, because let's face it, they're the people that the employees are happier if they get to work from home. Most of them, not everybody.
Not everybody. My
Yeah.
sister hated it at first. She just couldn't get herself into the swing of things because they told her she had to work from 2 to 4. And she was used to working from 6 o'clock. She'd get to work at 6 o'clock in the morning and work till 6 o'clock at night. And it was so totally alien. And you can imagine after how many years she'd been there, like 15 years or more. And it was totally alien. After 10 weeks, she loved it. She says, I can pop a load of laundry in the washer and not miss a beat.
So we have some people in our audience today, and
Yes.
Karen is saying, do you find it's quieter at home to work versus the office? Sometimes cube farms can be overwhelming with a lot of people's voices around you. And Karen, I've been called by people that you can tell they're in a large area where there's a lot of people talking, and it didn't feel good to me. And when I get somebody that calls me now and it's real quiet, I'm asking them, are you working from home? And usually they'll say, yes, I'm working from home. It's wonderful. So I think it's just a matter of an adjustment that's going to help us. So even if you don't want to get, your own gig going, which I understand some people want a paycheck, then, just hold on. And I think the employers, for the most part, are trying to get a way for you to work from home.
Yes.
All right. Well, we need to get going.
Yay.
We need to get going. We got things to talk about here.
Yeah.
People are tuning in to this particular broadcast, not only to reset their lives, so that you can live healthier and happier and all that good stuff, but they're also tuning in on Mondays at 12 o'clock Central Time so that we can talk about how you can work from home if you're not right now. A lot of people got laid off. We hear your cat, Lady Lou. We hear her.
We hear he's hungry again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good appetite.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about working from home. If you have a dog or a cat that is loud and making noise or walking across the camera, and you do have to prepare for that. If you have a serious client or you have a boss that would not look kindly upon that, you might have to go into a room where you close the door, or you might have to put your animals in a room that's not where you are. I've had that experience in the past. We used to have a big dog, a Doberman, and a big 110-pounder mutt. And if someone walked by, there was nothing you could do about it. Okay, that dog was going to bark and loud. So I had to put him in another room when I was being very serious about my work. So there are adjustments that you might need to make in order to make yourself work from home. Now, also, you might want to consider a virtual office that you rent by the day or by the hour, something that's, you don't have to pay for security and first and last. There's no obligation. You can just go in there and work for 4 hours or 8 hours or whatever you want, and it's quiet.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Yeah, well, it makes sense. It really does if you don't have that quiet environment.
Right. Or you just might need it for a certain period of time. Like for me, I do a lot of live streams for my clients. I run their shows for them. Do you think that they would be happy if I opened up their show and introduced them and all of a sudden the dog started barking? Probably wouldn't go over very well.
No, afraid not.
All right. So Peggy Moore says, if you have a boss that doesn't like animals, I think it's time for a new boss. Get going, Peggy. I like that. I like that.
Well, the bosses are responsible to the next level. So you have to understand there's not always just that boss. It's his boss that's looking at him bad. So you have to kind of give and take.
And Karen says, do you find yourself setting a regular schedule like you did going into the office? Okay, so for me, I'm going to just talk about me here because I work from home and I have on and off. I've been working from home for 30 years. I've always had my own gig, and I really liked going into an office. I like people. I like, people just to talk to or to work with. Not everybody, of course, but I always liked it. But I have found that you do have to have a schedule. All right. So I know that I have to be up, dressed, and at least have my hair combed and a shirt on from here up
Yeah.
by this time. So yes, I do have to have a schedule, but I'm more flexible because if you know me pretty well, you know that I'm a manager for a lady with Alzheimer's. If they were to call me, I can say, okay, I'll be back, right? And I can just leave my computer because I'm at home, go and check on her and see what's going on, do what I need to do, come back, and then I can work an hour later that day, or I can eat at my desk while, you know. So there's adjustments you can make when you work from home. When you work for a company and they're very strict on your hours, that's really hard to do. So I highly recommend getting yourself onto a schedule. It helps your productivity.
It does.
How about you, Lady Lou? Do you have a schedule?
Well, mainly it's around our shows because otherwise I am my own person. I'm retired and I can play out there on the farm with my plants, or I can play with the animals. My nephew has 2 wonderful dogs, and my schedule is my own except for the show right now and for things that I have to do for the show. And I've been known to be on this computer at midnight trying to finish everything in a timely manner. So I can do it at midnight instead of 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's worked for me. I love it.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I found a few new places that you can go and find work. Like if you want to get paid to do a job, they find the customer, you do the job, they pay you. So I want to talk about those. Okay. So workingnomads.co/jobs. And I will put this in the description down below. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and there's a description down below, so you can see all the web addresses that I'm going to be talking about, the links. Virtualvocations.com.
Wow.
I know that's a new one, but it's really popular and it looks really good. I checked them out before we went on the air last week, and I am really impressed. Here's another new one. It's new to me. It may have been going for a while. WeWorkRemotely.com. Doesn't that sound good?
Uh-huh. What do they do? What kind of work?
Oh, so many different types of works. So many different types. These are places where you can go and see, just about anything that there is remotely. They don't have a specialty for these.
I see.
Another one is called Flex Jobs. So Flex Jobs is a place where you can go and either see the jobs that are available, or you can put yourself out there and people can see your abilities and contact you. One more, remote.co. Now, I did find quite a few more, but they were in different countries. And so I didn't share them today, just because we're here in the United States, and I can knock on somebody's door or I can look them up and trust what I'm seeing. I'm not saying that other countries aren't trustworthy, just I can't cross the border and check them out. Mm-hmm. So I feel more comfortable with American companies.
That's okay.
Talking to you. All right. So I wanted to go back and do a little bit of recapping of some of the things that we have brought to you before. Last week, we interviewed a lady who owns TeleReach. And that is a fantastic opportunity. And she told me the people that work for her make lots of money. She said big money. Now, what does that mean? I think it depends on you and how fast you work, because it is commission. I don't know if they have a base salary, but I know that she works her software same as I used to work for a place for mom. So I would work from home for a place for mom, and they had a system that I would log into, and the phone calls would come in and I would answer them. So I had a headset, and I would answer the calls. Or if they left a message overnight on the weekend, I would call them back. And everything was documented on their software. So I had everybody's phone number, all my notes from what I had told them before, or where I was sending their family to find, because it was a place for mom. That means they had Alzheimer's, or they needed assisted living of some sort. So I thought it was really good. So she has the same basic setup. It's a software that you log into from your home, and you work your job right from the comfort of your own home, and you're on the phone talking to people. That's telereach, and you can go to telereachjobs.com and apply.
It's right there in Houston.
It's right here in Houston. That's right. And I really liked her. She was really a nice lady.
She was nice, and she's been doing this for a long time. So
Yeah.
she knows what she's doing.
Like 26 years or something.
Something like that.
And she told me her first employee just retired after 24 years because she worked, she was her own. She created her own job, and then it got so big that she started hiring people. And so she's been doing it, I think, 26 years. And her first employee came in 2 years after she started and stayed with her up until she retired.
Wow. That's nice.
Well, that tells you something.
Yeah, there's money there, and it was a good company to work for and good environment to being at home. What else could you ask for?
Yeah. Some of the jobs that you can either get hired for or create on your own, we covered last week too, and I'll just go over those quickly. Bookkeeper, there's lots and lots of people looking for a bookkeeper, and you don't have to have a license to be a bookkeeper, like a tax accountant or CPA. You don't have to have any of that. A bookkeeper, as long as you're good with money and you understand people and you're safe with their information, you can become a bookkeeper, or you can create a job where you keep people's books. Let's face it, not all of us want to do that.
Now, is it bookkeeper.com?
No, that's just a job title.
Oh, just go and search for bookkeeper jobs.
Well, a lot of the places that we've talked about, will hire bookkeeper job type things, but that's just an idea of what you could do if you want to work from home. Dog walker, an Uber driver. I tried that. Or Lyft, Lyft, the same thing, Uber, Lyft. An administrative assistant. Girls and boys, you could get a job that fast if you are good with typing, making notes, setting up schedules, doing things for somebody who's really busy. We need an assistant.
Yeah.
And the assistants need an assistant. So that is that's a good one if you want to work from home. And you can create your own jobs, or you can get a job. It doesn't matter. Here's another big one: social media managers.
Oh, yeah.
People do not want to deal with social media, especially Facebook. They don't want to. They have a business. They want someone else to write the posts and deal with the images and all that. They just want someone else to handle it. It's not hard. You can do it, especially if you're younger and you really like social media. That's a good job.
Yes. And it is ongoing. It never quits.
Pet sitting.
Yeah.
You can start right in your own neighborhood and pet sit. Dog walk, pet sit, doing all that stuff. People go on vacations, and they're starting to now, or they're going to be out of town, or like me, I have to go to a funeral. And so what am I going to do with my dog? The funeral is my uncle. My uncle passed, and I'm going to be going to Oklahoma to the funeral. I'm driving. I'm not flying. So it's going to take me a while. I can't take my dog with me because she has a heart condition. And so I have to either get a dog sitter or rely on my friends to handle it, right? That happens to so many people. So you could put your post up like on Nextdoor, or you could let your neighbors know that you're now dog sitting or pet sitting or that type of thing.
Yeah, even Alignable. Those are folks in your neighborhood, aren't they, Marian?
It could be. Alignable is for, they start with the people in your neighborhood, not your neighborhood, but your town. And then you pay an extra fee and you can align with other people. So Next door is very specific. It's in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you can put posts out that you're available for house cleaning, pet sitting, all that stuff, and people will call you right away. I guarantee it.
Huh.
The rest of them are not available yet that we talked about, like school bus driver, tour guide. These are all things that we have to wait. You really don't want to put a mask on and do a tour, do you?
No.
Or there's no school right now, so forget that. But they will come back. They will come back. I did find out, to answer your question about bookkeeping, there is a company called Upwork.com. That is the best for bookkeepers who are interested in remote bookkeeping jobs. And they post millions of jobs annually for freelancers, people who want to do their own thing.
Wow.
Millions of jobs.
Wow.
And
whole
even
world
more
is,
now.
yeah, the world is changing. So get on board.
That's right. Okay. So let's go back and do a recap of some of the things that we've talked about in the past. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, but they'll be down in the description below so that you can see the .coms and the .nets and all the .cos and all that stuff, okay? So let's say you want to do your own thing, that you don't want somebody telling you have to work from 8 to 5. You want to create your own thing. There's Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And I've used Fiverr. I've never worked with Fiverr to work with people on it, but I've hired people from Fiverr, and I was very happy. They have a system set up where you can give them 5 stars, or you can do a review on them so you can see what other people are saying, and it's pretty good. Now, they're not all $5.
Yeah.
That's long gone, okay? But it is cheaper to hire somebody there, and you can get a lot of work on doing anything, literally. Voiceovers and actors and you name it. I actually did hire somebody to do a video voiceover for me. So I wrote the script. It was for a client, and it was for a nursing home. And I hired this lady to speak my script in front of a camera. And she did really good. And then I took that and put it in a video. I did the editing and everything and put it in a video. So you literally can have just about any kind of job you want when you go to Fiverr. Okay? Use your talents wisely.
Yes.
Peopleperhour.com. Imagine you got something you want to do. Peopleperhour.com. Jobvite, VITE, jobvite.com. Flex jobs, we talked about that. There's a lot of jobs out there that are very flexible, and you can go and find some jobs where people will hire you temporary, per diem, or full time. ZipRecruiter is a place where you can go and put your resume in, and employers will check you out. Indeed is another one, INDEED. Glassdoor.com. Those are all places where you can put your resume and get a regular job. Oh, we got somebody in the audience who is saying something. Let's see what they have. Oh, it's Karen. And Karen says, freelance versus regular paid worker in office. Do you think we are headed that way in the near future? I think we're already here, Karen. Honestly. Think about it. Back when you were working a regular job, Lady Lou,
Yeah.
you knew that you had a pension. You were set for life, right? If you went to corporate America and got a job, you were set, right?
Yeah. For the most part, until they decided when you're 55, like they did with my brother, and he was corporate, had an engineer and stuff. At 55, they said either you take your severance pay now and your retirement, or you don't get anything. We'll let you go. I mean, at 55, cut him off.
Well, that was the start of it. So, but back when our parents were working, and when we were young,
That's
everybody
right.
knew that if you went to work for Sears or you went to work for I don't know, Shell Oil.
Yeah.
You had a job until you were retired, or
The gold watch.
they retired you.
Yeah.
But not anymore. People
No.
don't offer. They sometimes will offer money, some kind of insurance money. Sometimes, but it's going away. I mean, they literally just want you to show up, and they want to pay you for that portion of it. It's really getting to that point. And I can't blame them.
No, think about it.
I can't blame them at all.
Yeah. It's a ridiculous thing. And some of it has to do with the government regulations that have changed. And it makes it impossible for the employer to afford the retirement benefits and the insurance benefits. So a lot of companies have gone to part-time employees so that they don't have to pay the insurance benefit because it's unaffordable.
That's right. So now think about it. Are you a good writer?
Yeah.
Well, you could go and on bloggingpro.com/jobs, you can go and post. There's a job board, and you can post your information there, and people will hire you to write blog posts. And this is an ongoing thing. If you write well and they like it, they're going to keep your blog post going. I happen to know Office in America hires a company. They pay them every month, and they write a blog post, and they post it up on their social media and their website. And every month he writes that check. He's very happy. He doesn't want to do it.
Oh.
He doesn't even check their work anymore. He just knows that they're good, and they just write it. So think about it. If you're a good writer, you could go and get a job writing blog posts for people. Now, you might not want to go and work for a company that does sewer lines or something, but if it's a company you're interested in or a topic you're interested in, I bet you any money you can find a really good job writing.
Well, here's an interesting one, Marian. This weekend, my nephew had a friend over, and they were, very careful. And it was outdoors, a birthday party for their daughter. And the wife I think he told me that she has an MBA. And of course, she's not working right now, like a whole lot of people. But we were talking about different things, and I asked her, "Do you write?" And she says, "Well, no, not really, but I love to do illustrations." And my nephew's wife is the writer. So all of a sudden they had an idea. One could do the illustrations for a kid's book, a child's book, and the other one would do the writing. So if you've got a talent in the illustration business, I want to talk to you, because Marian and I are writing a book. We might have to have illustrations for it, because neither one of us can draw. Right, Marian?
My dogs look like humans. My humans look like pigs. I don't know. It's just not a talent I have,
Me either. But you probably don't even recognize it. Sometimes we don't know our own talents, what we have to offer, until somebody says, "Well, do you do good illustration?" "Oh, I love to doodle, and I draw all the." It's a gift. Use it and sell it. You can make money.
Well, Lady Lou and I both have experience with this, so I'm not lying to you. I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you that if you have some kind of a topic that you're interested in, it could be anything, cooking, it could be, you name it, politics, it doesn't matter what it is. If you have a topic you're really interested in and you have a lot of exposure to the news or something, if you started a podcast and put your information on patreon.com,
yes.
People are willing to support you. It's not a donation. They literally support you every month, and people are making thousands and thousands of dollars. We saw a team of people, I think there were 4 of them that were doing a podcast, and they were making over $30,000 a month.
A month.
And for a podcast.
Patreon is free.
Well, it's not really free. It's they take a percentage.
Well, but otherwise it's free. And we don't mind giving a percentage because we don't have to put the money up front.
That's right. So if you have a question or you have a thought about how you might create something, but you're not sure how to go about it, every Tuesday night we have a mastermind and we go over things like this where we talk about how you can make money or how you can get a live stream going or how you can do a podcast, how you can create your own images, things like that. So be sure and we're very friendly and we work together. Everybody helps everybody. So feel free to let us know that you need some help. We'd be happy to let you in and talk about it more about what we can do for you. We've got plenty of ideas. There's lots of ideas going on. Now here's one that I love this. If I had I don't know, I'm going to make it happen probably. It's called citizenshipper.com. Citizenshipper.com. And they're going to pay you to drive. Okay. Individuals and businesses that need to ship almost anything from household items to cars and pets. They want to ship them or move them from one place to another. Okay. They are willing to pay you. Like, let's say you're a person that lives in Houston and you bought a dog on the internet that lives in, say, Maine. How are you going to get the dog here? You're going to take an airplane ride now? Mm-mm. You're going to pay somebody to drive that dog to you safely and soundly. And so these are the types of jobs that people are definitely getting paid to do. So if you like adventure and you want to check it out, citizenshipper.com. They have an example. It's register for free, then bid on available assignments. For example, one recent gig paid $600 to deliver a beagle, that's a dog, if you didn't know, from Georgia to Oregon.
Oh.
It's free for freelancers to post a profile on the platform. Citizen Shipper gets paid by charging the customer a small fee that is not taken out of the driver's compensation. Doesn't that sound like fun? I know. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, it'd be fun if you maybe had a mate or a travel partner and you just wanted to see the country, if nothing else. Of course, we have to be careful right now, but it'll come back. The world will come back to normal.
Well, we've run out of time for today. I hope you've gotten some ideas on how you can work from home, whether you get a job where they pay you to do certain things or you create your own. Because I think you can do both, either one. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can create it. You can attract it into your life. And just real quick, I want to tell you that we are creating a brand new class for free. Well, there's no charge for it, where it's called Scripting the Life You Want. And if you want in this class, please let us know. It's easy to get a hold of us. Let us know that you want in the class. We haven't decided on a date yet. And we're all starting to order our books.
Mine's here. I don't know where I put it.
I think it's going to be a great opportunity for you to see that you can literally create your own dreams and they can come true. So thanks for joining us today. Lady Lou, thank you. You're just so shiny and sweet today.
Well, it's a lovely day, and I love you, and I love our show, and I love our audience. And we're just so delighted that you keep coming back. And thank you to Karen for always helping us. I mean, her questions are delightful.
Yeah.
And frankly, I'd never heard the word cube farm. That's new to me.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them.
Oh, it's not fun being a cube farm. But we thank you all for being here. And find us on Natural Curiosity in Facebook and YouTube and on your favorite podcast stations. And you can take us with you that way if you want to go take a little trip and drive around. Sometimes I just get in my car and drive, especially now because I get bored. But you can do that and you take us with you. So thank you again for being here. Thank you all for all that good information, Marian, and we'll see you on down the road.
And I do want to say I appreciate all the people who went to war to keep us safe. This is Memorial Day to 2020. And I do have you in my heart, your families that are left here behind. We appreciate your sacrifice, your loved one's sacrifice, to keep us safe here in the United States of America. Yes. And Memorial Day means a lot to me. And I thank you and I love you. And we'll see you again real soon, okay? Bye for now.
Bye.